Hey guys, Mike Munzing, Munzing Mortgage Group here again with another video for you. I make these for you, the realtors, and for you to pass on to your buyers. Love working with you buyers, helping you find that right program, the right rate scenario that works for you to help you get into that home that you want to be in. What you should do is go to my website at mikemunzing.com. Take a look at my online rate sheet so you can take that with you. You can see where the rates are and bring that with you to your open house. The good news is I picked up a couple new investors this week. I am always digging for the best investors, for the best programs at the best rates for your buyers. So I'm always out there digging. I never want to get beat by your in-house lenders, by the direct banks, as a mortgage broker. For years, that has worked best. I've got the most diverse programs and the flexibility between investors so we can always cover those bases if that program can be found. Okay, it's time again for Stephen Thomas's report on reportsonhousing.com. As I always say, Stephen does a fantastic job at breaking down Orange County's real estate market. He goes to the MLS, does a lot of his statistical analysis and really breaks it down into the finer nuances and really digs into the details. Let's see what Stephen's talking about this week. What he says is that these sellers are being horrible at pricing their homes. He's not a big fan of that. The numbers are starting to show that, but these sellers are still thinking that the trend in the market is drastically upward in prices. They keep trying to push that level. What he mentions is that it's crucial to price your home at an effective level, at the correct level to get that quick sale. That 10% of the current active inventory is repricing their homes every week, which means they're coming in too high and they're having to reprice, trying to find that market where they can sell that home, and that homes are just not as affordable today. See, what happened was a couple of years ago when those prices had dropped, rates were even lower than they are today, so the affordability index for your new buyers was tremendous. It was a wonderful time. The buyers jumped in, drove that market up. Last year it jumped about 23%, so it really drove those prices up. Rates jumped middle of last year, so the affordability is not there right now. What he also covers on the report here in the middle section, he does a bunch of historical analysis of that. I would highly recommend subscribing to Stephen's report so you have it. You can go into the deep nuance. We don't need to cover it here on the video. But active inventory across the county right now over the last 2 weeks jumped another 3%, plus 144 homes to a number of 5,852. You can see it here on this chart real quick, where you can see it edging upward there. And this is the partial line, that's this year. And you can, it's trending nicely upward, which is helpful for your buyers. Okay, now we have the demand, which Stephen considers homes that are currently in escrow. That's the demand in his mind. And in the last 2 weeks, we've had a big jump. You can see it on this chart here. 8% increase, or 192 homes have jumped into escrow. And that brings us currently to 2,522 homes currently in escrow. As you can see in the chart, it dipped and then it jumped back up. So we're starting to see more of those home buyers going in as well. And then we have distress breakdown. I kind of downplay that often because it is down another 7%. 7% in the county-wide is only 21 homes, which means that distress, which is short sales and foreclosures, listings of that area, would be only at 279 homes currently on the market. Interesting report. Also, don't forget, you got some amazing grids and charts and really nuanced, detailed information in the back of the report here. Okay, this week I'm going to bring in a little video clip from our friends at the National Real Estate Network, Brian and Frank. They do a great job with the videos. They're really funny. I cropped this one up just a little bit, but enjoy this video. It has to do with the CFPB, our evil CFPB governmental friends, and what they're currently doing now.
This one, my friends, is just nuts. Here we go. Okay, the House Financial Services Subcommittee had a hearing to address discrimination at the CFPB. And yes, we've said this before, this is the same CFPB that is addressing your lending practices as drawn down ethnic lines. Kind of ironic, kind of hypocritical, or maybe more pointedly, it's kind of a joke.
That's because this hearing, guys, has turned out to be nothing less than a three-ring circus, where the guy in the cannon overshoots the net. Now, if that doesn't make sense to you, just search it on YouTube and you'll get our point.
Super funny for daddy, but probably traumatizing for the kids. Okay, guys, so it's a circus first on principle alone, because the CFPB is positioned to judge lenders on the issue of disparate impact. That being, it doesn't matter if you followed guidelines, if your loans don't reflect the diversity in your community in which you lend, you're guilty.
So if that's good for the subject, that being lenders, then by golly, it better darn well be good enough for the enforcer, that being the CFPB, right?
And what we've learned from the article by the American Banker from privately leaked reports from the CFPB is that whites get better performance reviews, raises, and bonuses than minorities do. So it doesn't matter how we got here, it's the outcome, and if that's the case, these guys, the CFPB, are guilty.
Now, it's also a circus because debate is drawn down party lines. The Democrats, who are all for the CFPB, are downplaying the issue of discrimination. Now, that's hypocritical and as clear as cellophane to see. And get this, Maxine Waters, Maxine, the one who started this whole investigation, initially wanted the hearing canceled. Now, if you don't get what we're saying, that'd be like Barney Frank endorsing the NRA.
And of course, the Republicans were all too happy to twist the knife with the Democrats and play devil's advocate. Guys, if there was ever a hearing in Washington that played politics above substance of the hearings, this is it.
Here's the funniest part of the circus and the CFPB. Guess what? The CFPB didn't even show up to the darn thing. They were invited, but, being the rogue, completely out of control agency who's not accountable to anybody, they simply thumbed their nose, flipped the bird, and said, "Thanks, but we'll pass on this one."
What a joke. I mean, what an absolute joke that's on display for all of us to see. And they're using your careers. It's hanging in the balance, guys. Put on and performed by the folks that we all voted for.
We were going to get into the meat of the hearings, but after further review, what's the point? There's absolutely no point. At this point, since we all bought tickets to the show, I think we'd just rather stay in the stands and watch the carnage and see it for what it is. Political circus.
Yes, that is right. That leads to extreme hypocrisy, to be nailing us on the race issue when in their own branch, they're absolutely not living up to that. Very, very sad. Hey, we're heading into a beautiful weekend. I will be here working. I'm staying in town. My number is 949-689-5626. Write me, email me, text me, whatever you need. I will be out in the streets working with you guys, trying to help you find buyers, trying to get some more deals in escrow. I'm here for you. I'm here for your buyers. Been out here 25 years. I know exactly what I'm doing to get your buyers ready to go. So please do call me. Enjoy your weekend. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless this beautiful country that we live in. And let's work together. Bye-bye. Money, 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 money.